Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium.
Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Arizona Cardinals.
The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
The drive will begin with a run by Benson.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Now this defense for the Lions, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
2nd and 4. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They're just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
They'll try to run for it with Benson. Now inside the 25.
Touchdown, Cardinals!
Trey Benson, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, look at this Arizona defense.
Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass? And too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
He'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Lions 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
They'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. Another run here with Benson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here's 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Richard working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. A give up the middle with Benson. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The Cardinals at 7-2 here on the year. Their head coach, he's got them believing in themselves. They've won 7 of their last 9 games now.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. First catch.
One second.
Breland. Breland. Breland.
You gotta stop all that crying, girl. You can't have what you want all the time.
It's good for a
Play.
dozen
You want
and
a
a first
car? Go
down.
play with cars.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They go play action here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Benson. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
4 yards. That's another Cardinals first down. First and goal at the 2.
They'll try to run this one in. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A loss of 2 there. Second down. These two teams all tied after 1. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they come up now, second and goal. Back to throw. Richard. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Quick throw complete. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. Great job of tackling there to prevent the first down.
One of the toughest skills in football, open field tackling. A lot of times one-on-one against a shifty receiver. He got it done in a nice way that time.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's to McBride, and he has it. Touchdown, Cardinals. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Cardinals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go. We've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they're on a 1st or 2nd seed come playoff time.
Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. Now a give, right side. Slaughter. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. I've worked with you long enough now to know you like that decision. Go safe, pressure coming, hit your guy underneath.
It's an excellent decision, but he knew it came with consequences, and that's him getting hit on the play, but able to dump it to his running back and gain some yardage. I like it.
And the Cardinals are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20.
80 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
They'll go again with Benson.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Now a handoff up the middle. Randall.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Short one here, caught by McBride.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. 38 yards. He had 1 touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Chubb is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Operating from the gun, Richard.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Boy, that was lockdown coverage there. He's scanning for someone to come open. But that was great work to blanket everyone. And in the end, he's just got to throw it away.
Buzz.
The backup Murray, his first throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick here is good.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
For the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there at 22.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play.
Isaac to Slaw
From 6 yards away.
And the Lions get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. And now they'll shift things around.
Throwing to start the drive.
Richard. This is taken in by McBride.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Boy, 30 more yards and another first down.
Cardinals first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Looking to throw. Richard. They'll get that complete to Harrison. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it,
and that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Trey Benson
In the final seconds of the first half.
and the Cardinals would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point splits the uprights. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, it resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through there.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
And we all know how talented this guy is, who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
And it is caught. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On play action, they'll throw.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. A tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
Lightning 18.
Back to throw. Over the middle and taken in by Laporta.
And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Here we go. Strike. 18 cards.
Looking to throw. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. Touchdown, Detroit.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
41 yards.
And the Lions have cut it back within a score.
Extra point up and through. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Harrison.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now they go screen. It's complete.
Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 134 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Pass complete there to Harrison.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
At the 20-yard line.
Back to throw. Richard. He finds his man. Complete. It's Harrison. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Murray now to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going for it. It's Murray. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A big opportunity to tie it with 3 or take the lead with a touchdown. Their defense definitely did their part with that pivotal 4th down stop. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Slow. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Charger, 19 Charger. Alert, alert, go.
Up the middle they go. Crowd. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw.
Got no command that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. He's got his receiver to Slaw. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. A short pass here taken in by Laporta. Called a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Well, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So not only did they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Now a handoff up the middle. Slow. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Okay, ready?
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and when they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 6.
To throw, it's Murray. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
On 1st down, it's Benson.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Trey McBride with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cardinals get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
31, Lions 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch. Over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. This is 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's caught inside the 30. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
39-yard gain on the play. 1st down, Lions.
Time not on their side. They've got 1 timeout, the 2-minute warning to work with as well. But they need points. 1st and 10.
Well, this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Here's 2nd down.
Let's go now.
They'll set up to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
Back to throw here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And while it's probably going to take a miracle at this stage, if they come down with this one in the end zone, they've still got a fighting chance. That one, however, winds up incomplete.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And this is back down to a 7-point game.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down for long distance, give him a lot of credit.
They just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have one timeout. You look at the clock. Now let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm not as smart as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right. The chart's not going to help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Here's a quick throw caught out wide. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
3rd and 5.
19,
They run over center with Benson.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount. He got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
30-yard line.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they run on 1st down.
And he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Bad news, they didn't get it on 2nd down. The good news is they still only need about 3 or 4 inches here on 3rd.
And the good play callers have looked at both situations. They thought to themselves, okay, this call, I pick up the 1st down, already ready with that call. If I don't, this is what I'm going to come back with in order to pick it up.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
Looking to throw. Richard.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for Arizona, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Detroit, it's just their second loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.